inspire, empower. Grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you, 'cause real women don't bitch. No, real women don't. 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 Real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, August Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because mental muscle is necessary for implementing successful business strategies. It's time to learn how to beat your business no matter what life throws at you. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we discuss the BS we face on a day-to-day basis. Hey. You guys want to know the beautiful thing about me having clients with some crazy issues? It's inspiration for podcast episodes. You all know how I feel about the industry just selling you the glitz and glam of entrepreneurship when there is so much other ish that comes up that we have to deal with. And if you looked at the title, we're going to talk about delinquent payments. Who talks to you about that? Everybody. I hit $20,000 every month. They don't talk to you about that client that paid $2,000 a month for 3 months straight, and then month 4 is kind of like, oh snap, I thought I was gonna go buy something and they didn't make that payment. And God forbid, you're finally getting somebody to pay you $100 or $200 a month, and you've been, trying to run your business and they don't pay. It's like, oh my God. So people don't talk to you about wearing the hat of being the bill collector, but I'm going to. So I'll kind of shape this scenario just a little bit, and we'll talk about it, and I'll give you my mindset. So one of the ladies in my group, she came in and she put a title in the video, which that caught my eye. What do you do when a client owes you money? I went and I listened to her video, and she was just talking, and she was like, hey, this woman's in my program and she didn't make her payment. And I noticed that she's not responsive. I sent her an email. I have her phone number, so I text her. I also sent her a voice note, and I haven't gotten a response from her. And I'm, a part of me, she began to frame her story, is already feeling kind of bad. I know she's dealing with a situation in her personal life, and she may be a little overwhelmed, and she may feel bad because, she's, late on a payment. But, what should I do and how should I handle it? Because in my contract says, if you don't make your payment, by this by this specific time, then you're removed from the group. And so let me just also say this. I noticed that when people put up posts like this or they ask questions, the first thing that most people want to do is automatically go in and be like, well, they had a contract, they signed it, so if the day and the time is past, kick them out the group, or did you try this and did you send this? And people automatically start going in and giving advice. If any of you have ever worked with me or had a strategy session, you come with a problem, I don't care how obvious the answer seems, I start asking questions. I ask questions about, practical, tactical things, and then I ask questions that are surrounding mindset. So my initial reaction, if I didn't, ask any questions, you should have very good you should not very good communicating. You should have great contracts that communicate, your standards. I believe that when you do small group programs, that you should also take the time to make sure that the highlights are understood. I hate to say this, but people sign up for stuff all the time and don't read shit. And I can tell you right now, I just recently signed up for a program, and in the onboarding process, the guy was like, okay, well, I just want to make sure that you understand that these are the dates. This is the time we meet. Oh, and that pre-work, put it in a group. Tag this person. And if you don't do the pre-work, you can't attend the live event. And it was about making sure that what should be understood that shouldn't have to be explained is explained. And so for me, I'm really firm on making sure that expectations and standards they're expressed immediately up front. But I will also add this twist that when there is communication, even though I have a contract, that doesn't mean that I won't say, oh, okay, you're going through something. Let's, make an arrangement and let me accommodate you. We're going to have an agreement and we're going to extend this to this point. I'm still going to show up. I'm still going to be your coach. And this is what it's going to look like with you resolving that balance. And you all have to remember that you have permission to do that. I remember I worked with a woman years ago and she actually hit a financial snafu. And the way that I handled her, she was like, wow, I can handle my clients differently because I see you did it with me and I needed this. And I just want to say something like, what in the hell is going on with entrepreneurs that you start a business and you have the expectation that everybody is always going to pay you on time? And to hell with the pandemic. This has nothing to do with the pandemic because I've had to work with people with payments long before there was ever a pandemic. But excuse me, don't you have a grace period on your house? Don't you have a grace period on your car note? Don't you have late fees that are applied to either one if you don't pay on time, added interest? Don't you have, extra fees that hit your credit card or your cable bill or perhaps your cell phone bill? People don't always pay stuff on time. And so that's the real world. Matter of fact, what about you, boo? You pay all your bills on time? I remember there was a season when I couldn't. And I didn't. Yeah, it feels good to be able to do it now. But I just want you all to think about that. And I want you to think about the demographic that you serve. But this scenario actually has a twist because there's some money mindset issues wrapped up in how this individual handled reaching out to the person. So like I was saying, I don't just lead in and give answers. I start asking questions. So I ask questions like, well, when was the payment due? And how many times did you reach out to her? Which forms of communication again did you say that you used? And by the way, can you copy and paste your message? Was it custom? Or was it templated? Okay. And I want you all to think about that in your own situations. If it was you, would you just have a standard custom message? A standard message, or would it be custom? How many times do you think it's reasonable to reach out to somebody when they owe you? And should you call them or just email them or text them? I want you to think about that really quick while we take just a short break. We got some sponsors up in the house and I'll be right back. And then I'm going to talk to you about and basically tell you some of the advice that I gave to her.
Snap, snap. Hey, do you want people to take you serious when you're looking for that perfect job or that perfect business deal, or even when someone's searching all of your social media platforms? Well, let me encourage you to update your professional portfolios with professional headshots. I am Deb Davis from Detroit, Michigan. I am a professional photographer with By Faith Creations Photography. I can be found on Facebook and Instagram, or you can call me at 313-690-9106. Come on and fall into the frame with By Faith Creations Photography.
Hey mamas, what's up? Does your to-do list feel like a 50-ton weight? I am Charmaine Johnson Fuller, life strategist with The Charm Life, and I'm here to help entrepreneurial moms of kids with special needs create more time, energy, and focus in their day. So come on and hang out with me and other awesome moms in the Get Your Life Squad at thecharmlife.live/GYL Squad. Again, that is thecharmlife.live/GYL SQUAD. See you there.
All right. We back. So listen, in this scenario, when the woman finally responded to me, what's today? Today is the 21st. So we'll just say that the payment was due on April the 19th. So imagine a payment being due on April the 19th. And I have someone coming in. I don't know this. You come into the group and it's today, April the 21st. And yeah, it's in the morning time. So it hasn't even been a full 48 hours since this woman has been delinquent. but also listen to what's wrapped up. She starts saying, I know she has things going on in her personal life. I know that there's some issues. She probably feels embarrassed or overwhelmed because she can't make her payment on time. First of all, this is one of the most emotionless things that you need to handle in your business. It's when I say that, coming from the perspective of, don't get your emotions all brought up into it. And I'm going to be honest with you all. Here's something for you all to think about. When you have a lot of money, your frustration is not as high when people don't pay you. When you don't have a lot of money, or you're banking on the money that you need to come into your business, your frustration may come out in you when you do your collections. And that's when I say it needs to be emotionless. So at the end of the day, it's a simple, hey, how are you doing? I noticed that your payment didn't process. Please let me know when you plan to resolve this, or if there's anything going on and you need special accommodations, please reach out to me. Something along that type of, response. But when a person is only one day late and you've already messaged them 4 times, that's not a reflection of them and them not being responsive. That's a reflection of you. I mean, how many of you have known you needed to take care of something, seen a message, looked at it real quick, like, dang it, I need to do that. But whatever's pressing in your life, and it doesn't even have to be anything bad. What if she sent that message and she's like, damn it, I didn't transfer the money to my account. But as she's looking at that message, she's also getting in her car to go take her child to the doctor's office. And she's like, okay, well, when I get to the office, I'm not going to try to do that while I'm driving or stop. I want to be on time for the appointment. And then once you get there and all the other stuff happens, you go through the day, and before you know it, you never took care of that. We're forgetting that people are human. But I was like, when I was talking to her, I was like, wait a minute, damn. She was like, yeah, well, it says that the payment is due on this day. And if they don't pay on this day, they got 2 days and it ain't out the group. And I'm like, seriously? Like, no grace period whatsoever? Like, wow. Like I said, and then to constantly message her, now, can I be real with y'all? Because y'all know I've been ghetto before. And I've been around a lot of ghetto people, for a lack of a better way to say it. But you know how some people are, right? When they made my bill supposed to only be $200. Just say $175. I ain't giving them shit till they fix it. And I'd be like, baby, the bill's supposed to be is $175. So can you at least, if anything, I would pay the $175 and tell the company I refuse to pay the additional $25 and they need to correct my bill. But people do go over the top. Or you ever had that company, and once again, anybody ever had a second chance like car loan, and the day that you late, the next day, hi, we're calling you. This call's being recorded, blah, 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 blah. How are you going to resolve that payment? Can I take that over the phone today? And you'll be like, when I see their number, I'm not answering. They going to get their money when I give them their money. So you do want to make sure that the way that you talk to people and how you are psychologically and emotionally encourages someone to pay. I don't care if the contract says you obligated, you better pay, you gonna miss this, you're gonna lose that. You still want to come across very tactfully. But in her messaging, she was like, hey, your payment's due, you don't make the payment, you're gonna get kicked out of the group. I want some of you all to think about this. If you work with individuals who are dealing with any type of mindset issues, personality, glitches, and you like pay or get put out, you've already made the decision for the person. If you put somebody in that type of situation, I guess you're thinking that they're going to need what you have so badly that they're just going to be like, fine, oh my God, I'll pay. And in some situations that may be the case. But a lot of times people be like, well, fuck it, I can find somebody else that'll help me. I'm like, so you didn't make it. You didn't make it easy for them. You didn't raise any desire in them. You didn't, so the bottom line is that when it comes to the money, number one, have an amazing expectation and provide such a phenomenal experience that people want to pay you before they pay anybody else. But in the event that you don't get the payment, you also can't avoid not saying anything at all and just wait. But if you wait and you know, maybe give them 2 or 3 days and send them a reminder or reach out to them, a lot of times people will just say, oh, my bad, I'm sorry, I forgot. And they'll go ahead and take care of it. But you also have to leave people some space and some grace to actually get the notification and respond to it. But if you are going after people like a hound, I want you to really look at your life. You know, how do you handle money? What are your expectations? Like, seriously, what are your expectations? Because you don't want someone to treat you like that. And sometimes you need to remember where you came from. Are you that anxious? Is this the only client you have? Are there bills that are not going to be able to be paid? And even if that is the case, you're still not supposed to put that energy. That's why I said this has to be an emotionless conversation. You're not supposed to put that kind of energy off on people. So this conversation can go a whole bunch of ways. I gave you some things to think about, some food for thought. We definitely can dialogue where you can, you know, ask questions or make comments on whichever, you know, respective platform that you're listening on. And we can have us a good time around this one. But that's it. I love you guys. And I'm going to let you go. Deuces.
Cool.
Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is, real women don't bitch, we get shit done. See you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomen.don't bitch podcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. Signing out. Deuces.
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in